Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our advanced trainings with me. I'm Petra. Um, and welcome if you are new here. We've been doing this for over a year now. You are more than welcome to join us, ask questions. So questions are always at the end. And looking at every topic that we had and the questions that we had, I wanted to make a bit of changes to really shorten the time because, having a 1.5 hour sessions on YouTube for people, it's kind of hard to watch for that time. So let's keep the questions at the end related to the topic, because then we can go all over the place. If you have any other questions related to specific topics that we have covered in the past year, you are more than welcome to ask them in our group. Of course, if you watch the training in our group, you'll find them under the guides, and you can ask questions directly under the training post, so we know it's related to that. You can tag me in the group if you need a specific question from or answer from me. I do my best to be present in the group, but let's keep it short so we can actually keep it to the topic, so we're not going all over the place. As always, this is not the space to answer any medical questions because I am not a doctor. I can't give you those answers. And make sure that you think about the questions that you ask. So you do the bit of research, you make effort to actually learn about certain things. And I'm doing this for you. This is also my time, so let's make sure that we respect each other's space and time as well. So today, especially because we have a beautiful topic today, we are looking at the heart, and the heart is such a beautiful, important organ within our body, and it's so much more than just an organ. I'm going to show you a video today. It is a video of a heart, a proper human heart. So if you are sensitive to looking at organs or anything else, make sure that you look away or not, you're not at the computer. But it's really beautiful to watch, to see the heart and what it is in itself, because we are going to look at the heart a bit differently today. As from what you might be used to. As you know, I do things differently. That's who I am. And I am a true believer that if we are doing, like Einstein said, if you're doing the same thing all over again and expecting a different result, that's kind of a tag of insanity. So make sure that you challenge yourself to go out of the box, challenge yourself to actually start thinking differently, start approaching things differently in your life, because then you open up the space for new information and new opportunities and new ways of thinking and new ways of healing your body, if that's what you are after, or creating anything in your life as well. Let me know if you can hear me properly. I'm just going to start sharing the screen. Oh, I need this so we can hear the sound. Okay. Let me know if you see my slides. I can see them here on Zoom, so hopefully that works. So tonight we are looking at the heart matters. And I love this title because it is, like a coin, two sides, right? We have the matters of the heart, can be emotional. We also have an approach of that heart matters in our life and it's important. But then there's also things that are connected to the heart. So heart is such a beautiful, beautiful organ. If you have ever meditated and you have connected directly with your heart, heart is such an amazing energy within the body as well as the organ. So it has a mind of its own. It has a nervous system of its own. It has memory. There's so many things we can talk about the heart. So I was trying to put it in a really, really short presentation in a way so we don't go into scientific things and make it simple for you. But we are going to look at the heart today as a center, as well as we're going to look at the MagHealy Classic applications, as well as I'll give you some Healy programs connected to the heart. And I've intentionally connected the heart with the Classic application because you're going to see why. We're going to move into that. So, as always, every Thursday, MagHealy, all Healy devices are frequency devices. They have different frequency applications, including microcurrent or resonance, but none of them are medical devices. They are wellness and well-being devices. They're amazing, but they're not intended to cure, treat, mitigate, diagnose, or prevent any disease or medical conditions in your life or in your current situation. So as always, I'm challenging you to start thinking differently, to go out of the box and actually start asking good questions for yourself, instead of looking at, this is the label of the condition and what do I do for this label to magically disappear. I would love to have pixie dust and, wave with my wand, but unfortunately that is not the case currently in this current life theme or lifetime. So make sure that you ask good questions of why is this coming out for the body? Yeah, why is my body responding this way? What could I do to support my body in order to come back to balance? What is influencing my body in order to actually respond in this way? So make sure you start asking different questions. Yeah. And at the end, as I said, we're going to have questions at the end. Make sure that you put your hand up if there's something urgent, but I will be taking only questions related to this topic today. And if you don't have that question, I will stop you right away. So just letting you know up front, because we want to save time. Okay, let's move. Okay, pop into the chat. Why do you think heart is important? Your view. I want to hear your view. Why do you think heart is important? I want to know. Circulation. Okay. Regulates circulation, regulates feeling. Okay. Feeling as in emotion or feeling as physical sensation? Produced electricity in body. Interesting. Okay. Filters blood to all the body. Emotion. Okay. Yeah, so feeling as emotion. Powerhouse. I love that one. Powerhouse. Yes, it is a powerhouse. Okay. It has physical and emotional, both are there. Okay. Keeps us alive. Okay. Anything else? Keeps us alive. That's an interesting one. Wisdom. Okay. Yeah. Love that one. Vital organ. Yes. Yeah, kind of. We can't really live without it. That is true. Only transportation for your nutrients to your cells. Okay. Human is alive when the heart is beating. Okay. Also spiritual too, core of our being. We breathe as our heart is healthy. Interesting combinations. Whatever emotions we have is circulated in the body in the form of energy. Okay, interesting. So we're going to look at heart a bit differently today. I'm going to give you the basic things, but I love how you're thinking. I might love energy. I love that one. To pump the blood to all organs in the body and oxygen. Okay, sustains life function. Okay, so I will challenge your view of the heart tonight, as we have been taught that heart is a pump, and the heart is the muscle that pumps the blood through the body, and it needs to work really hard in order to move all this blood through the body. I will challenge your view today, as this has actually been proven wrong. Heart is not a pump. Heart is, drumroll, a vortex. It is a muscle, but it is a vortex. So I'm going to show you why I'm saying that, and you're going to see the point of it because it comes together beautifully. And to me, when I was learning this at school, because I lived in energy world since I was 7 years old, I actually got in trouble because they were telling me the heart is the pump and it's pumping the blood. And my experience was that it is a vortex. But back then, I just thought this was in my imagination. And I said to a teacher once, teacher, that is not right. The blood actually moves through like a spiral. And she was like, no, you don't know. So I was keeping my truth, and I was literally repeating that. And unfortunately, I got kicked out of the class. So that's okay. I keep to my truth, but now it has been proven that the heart is a vortex, and we're going to look at that the heart itself, it's only fascia tissue. And that fascia tissue, why I'm saying fascia tissue, because we've been looking at the fascia before. The fascia tissue is there as an organ. It does not do anything. It's just a vessel for something else. And that else is your blood. And that blood contains structured water, and it contains charged particles. I'm going to look at that. And the heart, it does not do the work. It only provides the space. Blood does the work. So we're going to look at why MagHealy connects to that today and why this is so important. Bear with me. We're going to go through that, but I just wanted to put it out there because this is the most amazing organ in my body, and I talk to it every single day. And it is alive with consciousness, and it responds. So if you are not used to talking to your heart and your body, I encourage you to actually try, because your body's organs and your whole entire body is conscious, and you will receive feedback. So make sure that you have a relationship with your body, not just with your conscious self of your soul or your essence or whatever you want to call it, higher self. Make sure that you have relationship with your organs and your whole body. And this is why. So let's look at what heart is. The heart, in the definition, is the vital muscular organ that functions as a central spinner. Yeah. So I would say spinner. So it's a vortex that actually the blood moves through it in order to move the blood through the body. It actually creates pressure. So it is a part of the circulatory system in most animals, including humans. So that's the definition. Its primary role is to circulate blood through the body, delivering oxygen and nutrients while removing carbon dioxide and other metabolic waste. So it's literally cleaning your cells and your body. Yeah, it's a huge central vortex which pushes the blood with pressure through the body. And we're going to look at a bit later with programs, and I'm going to tell you what organs are actually so crucially important in your body in order for the heart to perform at its best. So why is heart important? This is just the physical aspect of it. First, it circulates blood. We know that, circulation of the blood is important, because if the blood doesn't circulate, there's not enough oxygen, cells start dying, there's too much waste, things are not moving. And this is literally like a pressure chamber. Yeah, it's moving blood through the body, so it actually can eliminate waste and other elements. So just to give you a perception of what your heart really does, and as a chamber, and what the conscious blood through your body is actually doing. Your heart, so an average adult has about 100,000 heartbeats. Sorry. Average adult heart beats about 100,000 times. Yeah. So, and circulates around 2,000 gallons of blood. Yeah. Each day. daily. That's a lot. Yeah. So your body is making sure that you are alive. Yeah. So you need to make a conscious choice to make sure that you stay alive and you help your heart to do the work. And your heart is delivering oxygen and nutrients, as we know. And as we know, when we circulate, we had this with the natural cycle. We have the oxidation and reduction phase, and this is what is actually happening within. So the heart is a part of this. So when the blood moves through the heart, it actually goes through the reduction and oxidation phase where the blood exchanges waste and oxygen. So that's why the heart is such an important chamber. And without this oxygen supply and constant supply of nutrients, that includes minerals as well as the ions we're going to look at later, cells can really quickly die. Yeah, so that means you need to have oxygen. So breathing is important. You need to have structured water. We're going to look at that a bit later in order to have enough energy in the body in order for the heart to work. You need to actually have enough minerals and ions, so that includes salts, that actually influence your heart, and we're going to look at why. Then we need to remove the waste, so the heart actually removes the waste, because the blood actually cleans out all the gunk in your body, and through the metabolic function of the cells, you actually get rid of things that your body doesn't need. And then it's excreted either through breath, yeah, so breathing and urination. Two big organs connected to the heart that we're looking at right now is kidneys and lungs, yeah, and we're gonna look at that a bit later. And then supporting organs, of course, by delivering oxygen, nutrients, and removing waste, the heart itself indirectly supports the function of other organs. And if you look at here, there's brain, lungs, kidneys, and liver. All these organs are directly connected to the heart, not only by indirect influence of the heart, but literally connected through the magnetic field. And these are the most important organs that actually directly influence the heart, of the health of the heart. And we're going to look at that with the programs when I'm going to share that with you. Maintaining blood pressure. So as we know now, the heart is a vortex chamber, meaning that it creates pressure. But the most important thing with pressure is that a lot of people don't know that one of the most important organs that creates the pressure pushing through the heart and back to the heart are actually kidneys. Kidneys are like the reins of the heart, yeah, like a horse, yeah. The heart holds on to the reins of the kidneys, and kidneys and the heart are crucially connected. Why does that make sense? Well, kidneys are connected to the nervous system as well as the heart. Nervous system charges the magnetic field, which heart is a part of. So heart is now on a physical level, it's a vortex that moves the blood with pressure through the body. But because it also it creates electrical charge with the pressure within the movement of the blood, because blood contains electricity, which are charged particles. It creates electricity in the body, and it creates electromagnetic field. And that electromagnetic field can go 6 feet out of your body, and it's been measured. Yeah, it's been measured 6 feet, but can go even further. My experience. That's about 1.5 meters measured field out of your body, yeah, and it literally builds your bubble, your bioenergetic field. So we need to understand, we know meridians, nervous system, kidneys are part of the nervous system, and the physical organ of the heart, they all connect, as well as the brain, because they've actually found, there's been research done, if the coherence, so if the brain, so your thoughts that are in your brain, right, are influencing the frequency of your brain. So if the brain is not in coherent frequencies or is in a really chaotic brain states, it actually changes the rhythm of your heart. It changes the heartbeat, and you can actually have heart arrhythmia. because of the thoughts. So they've measured this. So brain and heart are actually crucially connected, as well as the kidneys. And the lungs are the ones that are actually bringing in oxygen and actually supplying the heart with the most important energy that comes from the sun that's in the air. Yeah. So those are the etheric energetic parts of it, right? The electromagnetic fields that we create through charged particles in the body, so the body physically can function. Because it's creating the pressure chamber within the body, so the blood can move. Then it's also regulating body temperature. So when we circulate the blood through the body, heart distributes also warmth through the body because electrical charges create warmth in the body. So when heart is moving that blood, it creates warmth, yeah, within the chamber. It moves that warmth as a temperature through the body, and it also consistently maintains that internal temperature. Of course, there's other organs that are influencing that temperature, but the big shift and the big chamber that's actually creating that, it is your heart. Okay, I'm going to, ooh, shizzles. Let me know if you actually can hear this. I'm going to run a video. It's about 3-4 minutes that describes the heart and how it actually works. And it shows you, it actually unfolds the heart so you can see a beautiful vortex and how it actually works. Let me know if you can actually hear it.
To my mind, the human heart center is not a pump. It's a spinner. It's a blood spinner, and its shape kind of proves it. So come on down here and have a look just at this towel. If I have a towel, right, and I kind of have it, say I fold it up, this little thing. Now look, it kind of starts out this way, but if a vortex were to go through it, that would make it spin, right? And spin, and we kind of turn it on itself. We just keep spinning, and look what happens to materials and fluids that are spinning. They start to braid around each other, and we end up with a shape something like that. Okay, now enter the human heart. I highly recommend it. We have a beautiful heart center here from our donor Z, who's given us many gifts. We have our right ventricle and our left ventricle, and I want to show you in reverse how the heart demonstrates that same sort of braiding and turning upon itself. So we have our sort of like a conch shell with the most inner turn and the most outer turn here, the right ventricle and the left ventricle. And if I've already done this, but you see that beautiful spiral? See how the upper vasculature of the heart, the pulmonary trunk and the aorta, are turned around each other. And as I draw them apart, of course I dissected this, we see now in my right hand I have the right ventricle, and in my left hand I have the left, and I'm unwinding the wall between them. And can you see this incredible conch shell as it unwinds? Look at this. Look at the beautiful fiber direction as we proceed further and further until I'm in the chamber, and the chamber itself is wound upon itself, the left ventricle here. And if I had more hands, look at this, see? It really, if I keep on holding the shape, you see, I can then reach out to the right side and unwind it as well. And we end up with a vortex, a hurricane that's turned upon itself, right? So there's our towel. Here's our towel, and then we wind up the towel on itself. And it rolls and rolls until we see the familiar form of our beautiful heart center. But now we know one little inner secret about it, right? We know that our heart is really the locus where the blood spins itself, right? The life force is refreshed and spun by the contraction of the fibers of the beautiful heart center, literally wringing the blood out of itself as it ejects through these incredible valves and tours the entire human form before it returns again for another refreshing wringing out and spinning forth the reoxygenated blood. Incredible, huh? Look at that. Wow. Heart center. The place where the blood spins itself.
So they used to dissect the heart halfway through and never actually look at the tissue. And the tissue that you've actually saw is literally your fascia. So your fascia tissue contains neurons. Yeah, it holds memory, it holds data. And as you saw how the blood spins itself through the vortex of the heart, we need to understand that when we want to, for example, when they do like patients that need a lot of support, they are quite sick, they put them into the oxygenated chambers where you can actually get, oxygen into the cells through the skin under pressure. So what happens is in the heart, the lungs actually supply the oxygen, but the pressure within the heart pushes the oxygen into the blood in order to move it through the body. We also need to understand that your blood that's moving the heart, that's contracting the heart, that's conscious, contains structured water. And that structured water, we looked at the structured water at our last session for the MagHealy water application. We know that structured water can contain data. It can hold more data than anything else. And it's literally alive. And it can penetrate the cells, the membranes of the cells. It can hydrate better. It can send information. It can carry information. It can, deploy information into different areas of the body. So we need to understand that this is the driving force for the heart. And our body is literally conscious with the structured water as well as the electricity which comes from the charged particles. And we're going to look at that with electromagnetic fields. But let's look at the structured water in the heart and why it's so important. So the structured water in the body enhances the blood flow, which we know because it drives the heart, yeah? Because it's like a gel-like structure, yeah? It's not like a normal water. It feels like plasma. And it lines the blood vessels and improving the blood flow through the body because it actually penetrates through the cells. And it also creates an electrical push that aids in the movement of blood because it has information in there. There's electrical charge within the water. And that can contribute to a healthier blood of cardiovascular system. Then we have cellular hydration and function. So we know we are 70% water. And when we have a structured water, we are more hydrated because cell membranes are actually more penetratable with this water. And then we have more electrical conductivity, yeah? Because the structured water, we know, may enhance the electrical conductivity because it carries information. We know that from MagHealy session of water. So we need to understand that this property of electrical conductivity, yeah, so better charge, is important for the heart's electrical conduction, which is the heartbeat, yeah, which actually creates the pressure within that chamber. And when it regulates the heartbeats, we know that if we are, for example, in a stress state, or if the heart and the brain are not actually connected, the heart actually goes out of balance and we can have palpitations. And with structured water, so if your body is lacking conductivity, which is your ATP in the cell, yeah, which is your energy, if it's lacking information of what it needs to do to regenerate, which is in the structured water, of course it will influence the heart because everything lies in the blood, right? Because blood is life. And that is what's driving that's the driving force of the heart, because without that information the heart can't work. There's no electricity in there, the heart can't pump, there's no heartbeat, there's no information of what to do in the body, so there's no consciousness, and your cells start to die because the blood starts moving slowly because there's not enough energy in order to move the toxins out, in order to get the right information for the cells, in order for the cells to generate and regenerate and duplicate in ways to actually create new cells. So electrical conductivity is so important. That's where Healy and MagHealy come in. Of course, that creates better contractions and more pressure in the body. And then also overall being. With the structured water, it influences everything. It's not only the function of the blood, but because it has and it carries information, we know it actually affects our mental state as well as our emotional states, and it actually can change how we behave. So if there's not enough charge in the body, we know that from Healy with ATP production, there's also mental states and emotional states that actually come up. That's why we have the aura scans and the coaching scans, because when the bioenergetic field is out of balance, things are lacking not only in the physical realm, in the physical body as a vessel, but also in the energetic space where the magnetic field comes in and electrical charge. So structured water is important in the body. And this is where MagHealy comes in, because it works on the structured water. And we know that. So let's look at electromagnetic fields and why are they important. So we know that through the body, we have weak electrocurrents that are running all the time because we have electricity in the body. We have neurons, we have charged particles, which we call ions, and all of those are like your cables of your devices at home, right? Anywhere there is electrical current, it will create a magnetic field, even a weak one, yeah? So all your body's organs are creating weak and small magnetic fields for around your gut, around your heart, around your cells. You have weak magnetic fields as well as weak electrocurrents in the body. And we are all electromagnetic. And as every current generates magnetic field, it's also vice versa. Every electromagnetic field creates electricity or electrical current. So one thing that a lot of people don't know is that your digestion, your brain activity, your heart function, and your central nervous system function, they function only through the distribution of charged particles. And this is where your blood comes in with the structured water, as well as with the charged particles, or we call ions. So these are primarily your sodium, potassium, and your calcium. These are your salts. They are like, what Schussler salts actually look at. They are your salts in your body. They are charged. So for example, when you walk on the beach, when you have a lot of ions, in charged ions in the air, you feel much better because your body is now discharging the 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 things that it doesn't need, and it's charging back with the information and the ions that it needs to actually perform. We need to understand that calcium, sodium, and potassium are all crucial for the functioning of the heart, and they perform specific roles within the heart, and they actually influence electrical signaling in the heart. They have an impact on heart rate variability. They influence electromagnetic communication of the heart with the rest of the body and the body's organs. And they also, with that, indirectly affect emotional regulation and stress management within the body, because we know The heart has the reins on the kidneys, and the kidneys are connected to your nervous system, which are influenced by your stress and emotions. So you see how everything is connected in the body. And now let's look at how we can actually influence that so we can bring things back to balance. The classic application, as we know, MagHealy itself works on restructuring the water, the structured water in the body. It's sending different messages, it's actually directing things in the body, it's influencing specific organs and specific areas in the body. And they're really beautiful basic programs that work on an electromagnetic field. Electromagnetic fields are influencing the charged particles in the body in order to actually push them and give them information where to go in the body. So looking at the classic application, so the classic programs 1, they have your cell harmony, regeneration, vitality, head harmony, joints, tiredness, and sleep. So classic programs are meant to influence your body locally, like for example, joints, or they are meant to influence your body as a whole, as your body system. So why are these programs so beautiful for the heart as well? Because when we look at cell harmony and we actually apply cell harmony through MagHealy, we are actually sending messages to regenerate every cell, including your heart cell. And if your cells are happy, then they have better information in order for the heart to function better. Regeneration works on the entire system. Vitality as well, it looks at the energy within the cell, it looks at the regeneration, it looks at the hormone balancing, it looks at the heart circulation and the circulation of the blood. And then, of course, the head harmony literally influences the frequency states of your brain. So, for example, if you have like if you're overloaded and you're too much in your head, or for example, you've been on a session that's like fully loaded with knowledge and stuff, or you've been focusing too much on specific things and you haven't been in nature for a while, your brain and heart will be out of coherence and your brain frequency will be completely out. So this program is actually really good to balance those frequencies in the brain. And as soon as that's balanced, you're going to influence your heart, because we know that those two are connected. And of course, tiredness works on your nervous system, right? Because nervous system and kidneys and heart are connected, and we want to charge your magnetic field. So that is actually helping you to recharge if you feel like you're fatigued or anything. Sleep, of course, the better you sleep, the better the heart, because the better the magnetic field, because there's less disturbances in frequencies. So these programs are beautiful for the health of the heart. The classic programs in MagHealy 2, you have your balanced body, energy circulation, positive mood, earth, spheric, pressure, and sound of silence. Balanced body is actually amazing. If you ever had any issues, like you were tired, like physically tired, and you feel like you're sluggish, things are not moving, run this. This is a beautiful program to actually balance every cell in your body, and it actually just releases all this heaviness in the body. And then the second one that I really love too is energy circulation. This one actually influences the blood in your heart directly, because it changes the way your energy is circulating within the cell as well as within the blood in your heart. And it actually balances how you use energy within the body. Positive mood. We know that emotional states are directly linked to any cardiovascular diseases and, of course, to any mental health issues. So taking care of your moods and emotions is crucial. So if you ever feel like you're down and don't feel really positive, or feel like you don't have really a lot of motivation, run this program if you have Mag. It's really good. Then a lot of people ask me, what is earth and spheric and pressure? I don't know what to use, how to use these. These are actually really cool programs. Yeah, I actually use them a lot. So earth is literally a frequency of the earth. It's a Schumann resonance. So it actually helps you ground and connect to the earth. Yeah, so if you can't get to nature and if you feel like you want to discharge and just ground yourself back to earth, why is that important? Because your heart actually works on the same frequency as the earth. So if you actually use your grounding, you are actually helping your heart to be stronger. So make sure you can run this. It's really cool. I love to run this going out into the earth either way. It helps me. So grounding outside and running this, it actually helps me discharge faster. Spheric is actually the influence of disturbances within the atmosphere of the earth. Why would you need that? Yeah. Well, right now we have huge magnetic storms from the sun, and they're influencing our atmosphere, and they're influencing your DNA. They're influencing every cell in your body. And you probably feel tired and fatigued, and you have a lot of dreams, or you don't sleep well, or you feel agitated, and some emotions may come up. So this is actually helping you balance the magnetic fields that are coming out directly to Earth and affecting the atmosphere of the Earth, which you are part of. Yeah. Pressure is, in this case, what Healy is saying. It's literally to relieve the outside and the inner pressure. So, meaning the burden that you carry. If you feel like you're kind of frustrated and feel like pressurized from the outside, under pressure of getting things done, I actually find when I run this that I get better circulation in the body. That's my experience and only mine. I find that it actually, if I feel like a pressure on my chest, like my heart rhythm is not really good if I'm stressed, I actually run the pressure and it helps to relieve that pressure within my heart and my chest. So that's my experience. But of course, you need to experience that for yourself. It is intended for the emotional and mental pressure. Sound of silence. A lot of people say they use this for meditation. I do too. But I found as well people that are quite sensitive to sound. Yeah, so their nervous systems are quite agitated. And if you're really sensitive to sounds, this actually really helps to balance nervous system, and you're not as sensitive or hearing all the sounds that might be annoying for your body. So that's actually a really good program to run. So it's not only for meditation. So these are the classic ones. They're really simple. All you have to do is literally run them. They are beautiful programs. You also have a manual for them, and you can see how long you run them. You can see the percentages that Healy recommends. You have that in your guide in the MagHealy Pink app, like I've showed you in my previous sessions. So you can find them either in the back office or in your app directly, and it will show you exactly what they are. Now, let me show you a bit of other programs that I also use for the heart that I found beneficial. These are by no means all the programs, but I pulled out stuff that I use and that I actually had recommended to my team. There's something with my heart, or there's something that's happening, either emotional or physically. I turn to either meridians or digital nutrition. Those are my two really first things that I actually tend to do, because I know that if I balance my meridians, then my bioenergetic field will be stronger. So I create a safer space for me so I can then go into the physical and actually help my body balance, which is digital nutrition. Otherwise, so meridians, you have your heart meridian in meridian 1. Of course, in meridians, if you want to help your heart, there's kidneys, hormonal balance, which influences your nervous system, and circulation. So you're helping the blood to move and clean out. Of course, chakras, heart chakra and solar plexus chakra, which are connected to your kidneys and liver. It's that area. Yeah. So we want that to actually be open so you can actually help your heart move the blood. Power of 3, of course, all the doshas like Vata, Pitta, Kapha, all of them actually help the circulation in the body, and they actually help the blood. Of course, classical physical. If you feel like you're agitated on the energetic level, classical energetic is actually good too, to build the energy in the body. And digital nutrition are actually my favorites with meridians. I tend to run either heart harmony, exertion, and reduction. Those are really good to actually help the circulation. If you want, you have the circulation program in digital nutrition as well. I tend to sometimes use either the breath or psyche, and I love bioinformation. And if I feel like my body is like lacking, like it's kind of acidic too much, yeah, I would either run reduction, I would run antioxidants. So I can feel like my body's like sluggish. Yeah. So those are my best ones I love. Of course, any gold cycle, because the systemic programs are beautiful. Of course, deep cycles like Breath of Life Kidneys, and a free flow. Yeah, this is circulation for the heart as well. So those are things that you can do with programs that you have. And of course, bioenergetic vitalization, still in my top ones. Yeah. Epigenetic harmonization, cell harmony. Those are really, really good programs for you to actually support your heart. Um, of course, you can have, bioenergetic defense. Sorry, there was a mistake, not pink. If you want to protect yourself, no, that's not a good choice of words. So when you are sensitive and you feel like you're an empath, yeah, so you're sensitive to the environment and you don't feel like you have a safe space in order to actually calm down your nervous system and actually start building the strength of your body, bioenergetic defense programs are really good. We're going to have a really good session. I have a guest coming and I'm really excited. From America. So we're going to talk about consciousness and Healy, and we're going to look at the program. It's going to be really cool. And mental, subtle, general protection, cell harmony. Geopathy is a really good program. Nobody knows how to use it. Yeah, it's actually the effects of the magnetic field of Earth. Yeah, that's actually changing and it's affecting you. So if you feel like you can't exist in this space, those are really good programs to run. And of course, other ones are like circulation, bioenergetic, harmony one, circulation in fitness, inner strength systematic, which is literally in mental balance, which is amazing, which helps your mental health and your emotional health. Exhaustion systemic is also a good one in job. Bed rest, which actually influences your adrenal glands as well as the vagus nerve. So those are extra programs, but these are my favorite. You can use them if you want to. If not, that's okay too. You can also use the Healy Advisor search app and you can find things in there as well. These are just my recommendations. Okay, that's it. Done. Any questions? Today, let me just pause this and stop this. I'm going to pop this into the group. It is going to be posted in there. I'm going to, as soon as the recording comes, probably next week, going to post that into the group as well. Okay. Aditya.
Hi, Petra. I just had a general question with respect to the electrolyte imbalance. I recently had a blood test done, and there's like it's not good. It's not a happy thing. But so the doctor told me to take some electrolyte things, but I don't really want to take anything just because they told me, and I just wanted to try to figure out how I can regulate the electrolytes which are already there in the body. So it is just an imbalance, right? So now when you're talking about heart, I thought this could be a pertinent question. If it's not, then we can take it
okay. It
later.
actually connects to the heart. Yes.
Yeah.
So electrolytes are literally your ions, right?
Yeah.
You want the ions to be, those are the salts in your body. So my question would be, what do you actually eat? So when they do electrolytes for you to eat, they actually just do salts in there. But the problem is with the salts, majority of people eat salts that are either ionized, completely void of minerals that your body actually needs. So to really amp up your electrolytes in the body, I would suggest doing like a filtered water, and you can charge it with MagHealy, and then add in 2 tablespoons, or even better would be a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice and a tablespoon of lime juice, which actually activate the electrolytes in the liver, and then adding Celtic salt, because Celtic salt itself has the highest amount of minerals and it has the highest amount of electrolytes actually charged in the
Pink
salts.
salt, Himalayan pink salt.
No, please don't. No, because it's high in heavy metals and you're actually going to drain minerals out of the body. You don't want to do that.
Yes,
So you actually you need to start looking at what's draining the minerals out of your body so your body doesn't have enough. So we forget, for example, I know a lot of people, and no disrespect, I know a lot of you love coffee and you drink coffee, but coffee is the highest substance to drain the minerals out of your body. Yeah, it's first of all, it's toxic. Second of all, it's actually draining your kidneys and your liver as well as the minerals out of your bones and cells. So you need to actually look at first what you are putting in your body from your environment so you can actually start shifting things, but also how are you charging your body, right? So even if you use Healy and if you're lacking nutrients, right, minerals, yeah, you won't be able to actually hydrate your cells properly. So people drink water, and the water normally they go for alkaline water, which is just pH changed, yeah, and no minerals in there, and they actually forget, or they not educated, that if you actually just drink water that's alkaline, water has a tendency, or a, let's say it has a, I don't know, forgot, lost the word. So it has a tendency to actually pull on stuff, right? Because when it actually goes through, like a waterfall, it goes through the rocks, it pulls out minerals from the rocks because of its structure. So if it doesn't have minerals in there and it only has a pH, what's going to happen in your body is going to pull out the minerals. So we need to understand, we need to add minerals, and people don't eat enough salt. And I'm saying the right salt. No table salt, no ionized salt, no Himalayan salt because it's high in heavy metals. Celtic salt, there's a Baja salt, something that it's really good too, but anything that's really purified sea salt, yeah, as well as you can add minerals and really good hydration with Irish sea moss gel. That actually helps your gut to really have this beautiful hydrative substance within the gut that actually helps to recharge the cells with minerals because it's really high in minerals as well, and that helps your heart to actually move the blood because then the blood changes structure. But you also need to then add MagHealy. I would, if you don't have a MagHealy, then at least start doing, for example, classical physical in power of three, heart meridians, circulation, um, also, of course, chakra, heart chakra, to actually help the energy move through the layers of the body. Um, Ideally, I would definitely pop you on MagHealy because MagHealy changes the structure of the water within your body. Yeah, it actually influences the structured water within the blood. But if not, that's okay. You can start with Healy. Just make sure that when you do Healy, yeah, because if you apply frequencies, what happens if you don't have the right hydration? Again, when toxins move out, your minerals will move out as well because the body needs to balance somehow. So you need to add more minerals in your body. So if that's not enough, you can also buy trace minerals. Just make sure you buy really good quality trace mineral, not just something like on the market. There's few brands that are really good, and you can add that into your waters as well. So depending on what, but ideally the cheapest version for electrolytes, it's literally the water, lemon juice, lime juice, and salt. That's really the cheapest option for electrolytes, but you will need to drink at least a liter per day, if not two, if you're really low. Yeah. So because you need to help your kidneys now to eliminate the toxins to start remineralizing your cells so you can get electrolytes back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can charge if you do have mag, then I would charge the water as well. And you can charge it with, like, you have the stress, like after stress, before stress, or you have coherence. There's a vagus nerve one, I think it is, in water. So you can actually use those to actually help your nervous system to start calming down so your body can start using the minerals for regeneration. We need to understand that if you're under stress, I don't know if you're under stress, But if you are under stress, your body uses 10 times more minerals than normal. So you need to replace that. Yeah, otherwise you will lose all the electrolytes. Yeah, and your body won't be able to actually charge the cells. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question. Okay. Dr. C, anything to ask or you have things to share? I can hear you. You need to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yes, I want to share. The thing is that
Yes.
geopathy stress. This is really a wonderful program because in the place where the geopathy stress is there will never be a prosperity. One, then the incidence of cancer is more, and always they have some health issues or other. Then the relationship won't be there because it is very difficult to find. Since we have the technology to for that, it is a very big one, very useful. Geopathy trust is very useful one. Then another, the sound of silence. Sound of silence, since it acts on the parasympathetic, it calms down. That is very, very important because we on the daily life, everybody is stressed. There is no way to bring down the work on the parasympathetic. But here the sound of silence works on the parasympathetic level, so it calms down and it brings down the stress level. It is a very wonderful this one.
I agree completely. Yes.
Yeah. This
Thank you for sharing. I completely agree. I had a friend, she's really sensitive to noise, and she was looking into putting all those ear clips in, that can have noise regulation. And we tried the sound of silence when she was like agitated in a shopping center, and it calmed her down like in 5 to 10 minutes. Like she was not agitated. But this is just my testimonial, right? We can't say that to people. That was her way. But yeah, I love that program. I agree. It actually, I like to pair it with the vagus nerve in McMaken. Those two go really beautifully together. And if people have like really agitated nervous system, they need to come back into rest and digest, meaning parasympathetic nervous system. Having kidneys in McMaken, so kidney harmony program in McMaken every single day in order to actually regulate the function of the kidneys, adding on vagus nerve as well as the sound of silence interchangeably. And if they use the sleep in McMaken programs, they will sleep really well, and then the nervous system goes back into the rest and digest slowly, and we can regenerate that. So there's different combinations. Of course, everybody's different, but thank you for sharing. I love that. Yes, I completely agree with you. Thank you, Dr. C.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. So, Pavitra, hopefully I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah. Hi, Petra.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Hi. I have a doubt regarding the relationship, how to harmonize the relationship and dementia issue, memory loss.
So today we have a topic of the heart. Yeah, we can look at the relationship, emotional heart relationship. But the second question I won't answer today because it's not related to topic. But you are more than welcome to ask the questions in the Facebook group if you would like to. So regarding the heart, yeah, when it comes to the heart matters and the matters of the heart, meaning emotional, right? We need to look at the patterns. So there's different perception, different ways to approach this, right? But the heart, we need to know that the heart is emotionally, it's the seed of our integrity, our home, who we are, our authenticity. It also carries a lot of, it can carry a lot of joy, but it can carry a lot of grief and not so grief, sadness. Yeah. And that sadness needs to be transformed. So if we are looking at changing a relationship, be it with your partner, be it with your kids, be it with your family, be it, with a job, yeah, we can't look at the relationship in how can I change that person, yeah? Everything is frequency. That's why we have Healy. Healy works on frequency. So we need to change our perspective. So instead of looking at, I don't like this, yeah, because I don't like this mirror that's coming to me. I don't like what you're doing to me. I don't like what you're saying to me. What is in our environment on an emotional level is only what we are denying within ourselves. So if something is triggering you, meaning that is annoying, you get angry, you get agitated, you get frustrated, it's time to take a breath and start working on yourself. So there's few things you can start doing. First is, if you have a Healy Resonance, Healy Resonance Plus, Healy Professional or above, it's good to start actually scanning or analyzing your energy, yeah, through aura scans, and then using it together with coaching scans, so you can change the emotional patterns as well as the mental patterns. And then looking at, for example, something like Schussler salts, or something like Bach flowers, or something like Alaskan gem elixirs, or even creative homeopathy, which gives you the stress patterns in your life. So adding those three together is doing the personal work, because the true relationship starts with us. Everything else is just a mirror of the relationship we have with ourselves. So anything you want to change in a relationship area, I always say nothing will change until you change the patterns within yourself. And that includes your perception on the world and other people and yourself. That includes your values. That includes your boundaries. That includes what are your choices and how are you making your choices, or are you projecting your choices on others and not actually taking the power to make decisions. So all of that goes into the personal growth sector. And when we look at that, we can then go even deeper with the meridian model on the MagHealy, which is, it's really deep. Yeah, just letting you know, it's freaking deep. Yeah. So just letting you know, I've been using it now for a month and I've been having really interesting experiences. Yeah, I'm trying to get the Meridian module into, by the end of the year, hopefully into the topic, so I can actually share with you how to use it properly. But it's just insanely deep. Yeah, because it not only gives you the patterns, it gives you the programs to balance those patterns. It's just mind blowing. Yeah, so it's really good to have those things, but I still use my aura and I still use my intention with my coaching, so I can choose them and combine them together, so I can work to shift my perceptions, my responses, which normally when we get triggered are normally reactions. Yeah, they're not responses. We react to certain things through instinct. So anything relationship wise would be to actually build your own integrity, to look at your own energetic space, to look at your values, your core values, the boundaries connected to that, the needs behind that. So all of that is you as a personality. Yeah. So no changing of other people. It's only you setting boundaries of what you allow and what you don't allow, and communicating that compassionately and clearly. Yeah, but you need to first figure out what's going on for you. Does that make sense? Oh, let me see if I can.
Yeah, thanks,
That,
Petra. It
yeah?
was nice information for me. I'll just use it now.
Yes.
Thank
So you also have the trainings in our group, everything on aura, everything on coaching. We did the Schussler salt, so you have all the PDFs, so you can use all of that and actually start working on yourself.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank,
And be
thank
patient. It's not going to come overnight. Yeah.
Yeah,
So be patient, step by step. Life is, it's not a destination. It's a journey to process, right? And not everything needs to be joyful all the time. It's okay if things are not okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I feel like people have too many expectations of everything needs to be perfect. Yeah. It's there for us to learn. That's the game. Yeah. So be patient and kind to yourself.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. Okay. Minaz. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I'm so sorry. Minaz?
Hi,
Minaz?
Petra.
Hello.
Yeah, yesterday I got my blood reports done, and it shows certain parameters which are not in control, like cholesterol and liver functions. So, which program can be used for that? Especially cholesterol is non-HDL is 203, triglyceride
So I'm
3.9.
going to just stop you there. So I'm not a doctor, so I can't read your blood tests. Yeah, so that's the first thing. The
Yeah,
second thing is I will answer the cholesterol because it is connected to the heart.
yeah,
The rest we can't answer today because it's not related to the topic. So when it comes to cholesterol, right? People are so afraid of cholesterol. Yeah, and it's actually the opposite. So cholesterol is actually the most important thing in your body. Why? Because every single part of your body is made out of fat. Yeah, and it's made out of cholesterol. So if your scans are showing, for example, and I will share my experience, and this is by no means I'm a doctor or anything because I'm not, just to give you a relatable topic to understand why I'm saying this. When cholesterol is, especially bad cholesterol, which there is no bad cholesterol, just letting you know, when a cholesterol is actually high in the body, and what doctors are saying that it's high, what your body is actually talking to you, and it's saying that you have a high inflammation, because as soon as the cholesterol goes up, there's something to repair, because your body is made of fat. So if something's going wrong and there's a tear or there's a hole or there's something to repair, your body will build up the cholesterol in order to repair it. So if there's a cholesterol that's high, that means that something is inflamed in your body. So where it is and what it is, I don't know. But there is inflammation. So when I actually was, when I almost died when I was 20, and I was diagnosed with thrombosis, and that's a blood clot that was actually traveling towards my lungs, and I literally had 2 hours to live. When I was doing the blood thinners afterwards, they were doing like a prickly test, yeah, so they pricked my finger and they would test the cholesterol levels. And they would test, and the cholesterol levels were high all the time. Yeah. Why? Because I had a blood clot, because I had a hole in my vein, because my body wanted to repair it and it wanted to save me. So, and then when they said I had normal cholesterol, when things went down, the body was still inflamed. It was not normal, because we need to understand that the parameters that doctors have today are not normal. They're too wide. So when you are over the normal, you're actually deeply in inflammation. So you're way past the prevention state. So we need to understand that cholesterol is good. Fat is good. Yes, not feed yourself only with fat, but I'm saying that if something is in the body that it's rising, it's your body saying, hey, I'm repairing this, I need help. So make sure that you are not going on, please do not go on low fat diets. Yeah, to lower the cholesterol. Please do not do that, because you are going to risk your heart. Your heart and your brain, they need fat, and they need healthy fat. And that means either ghee, grass-fed or organic butter, no margarines, no plant-based margarines, no, sorry for the expression in French, but shitty stuff. Yeah. So either olive oil, ghee, grass-fed organic butter. Yeah, those are really important things. And if you do eat meat, then it needs to be high quality meat, like grass-fed, organic, or pasture raised. That would be ideal, because those don't have the added hormones, those don't have the vaccines, those don't have the extra chemicals, because all of those chemicals are actually affecting your cardiovascular health, your inflammation in the body, your veins and your arteries, your heart health. Because you remember, heart health is connected to your blood. So if your blood is not healthy, if your cells are not healthy, then your heart will not be healthy. Also, another thing that I would like to add when it comes to cardiovascular diseases or disease, right, something out of balance, please make sure you take a look at the emotional aspect of it, because either there is lack of love, self-love, there is not enough boundaries in your life, there is either overburden, yeah, and you're not actually listening to the body. So make sure you start actually scanning and analyzing your body, not only supporting your body, with programs for lowering inflammation. Yeah. So I don't know what Healy you have, but I would start with things like meridians. I would start with things like defense program, which is for the immune system, but it actually lowers the inflammation. I would start with bacteria harmony. I would start with bioenergetic vitalization programs. I would start with power of 3 programs. So those are all programs that actually lower inflammation in the body. There's other programs, of course, on MagHealy that are good, but just something to start with. And of course, on top of that, definitely starts analyzing your aura, your coaching. So you can start shifting your perspective and how you actually set boundaries for yourself. Because if you're in inflammation, there is your body saying, I have enough, things are too much, and you need to take care of this. Yeah. So I can't advise anything else, but with regards to Healy, that's where I would look at, because that would influence your heart. And remember, if that's too much cholesterol, meaning that eventually it will affect the heart, because that cholesterol will be in the blood in order to go to places where it needs to be healed. But if there's a lot of it, that means there's a lot of repair to be done. Yeah. So make sure that you're also looking at your stress levels, because stress actually tears your veins. Yeah. So make sure that you do that. Does that help? You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. Next is Chitra Patil. Chitra, I'm so sorry. You need to correct me.
Yeah, hello, I am Chitra.
Chitra. Oh, perfect. Okay. I disconnected. Perfect. Hi, Chitra. How can I help?
Yeah, I am a new member. I've just got my Healy just 1 week back. So I have few doubts regarding cardiac issues. I am a patient of heart patient with pulmonary valve replacement. I had a congenital heart disease, TOF, that is called tetralogy of Fallot, which was repaired in my childhood. But back 10 years back, I was operated for pulmonary valve replacement. Now I'm fine, nothing serious about it. But I'm on this blood thinner and cholesterol reduction medicine that is called. So when you, what do I do? What are the programs that I need to go for to understand this? Because cholesterol, they say we should have cholesterol, but then if I reduce or stop my cholesterol thing again, my valve will be affected. So what should I do? Can this heal?
I'm not a doctor, so I can't really advise you on that. But you can start looking at, start scanning and analyzing your energy on an emotional and physical level through Healy resonance app, and see what your body needs to support itself, right? So it is a difference because you had a valve change. So there's a tissue in your body that's not yours, right? So your body needs a different support in order to actually start changing the frequency, because as soon as we get an organ or something else in our body that is not our frequency, our body can reject it because the frequency doesn't connect. Yeah. So we need to either work on the emotional, the energetic, as well as the physical, in order to kind of combine the frequency and shift it within the body. So it's not just a physical level. So there's a multi-layered approach to this. But where I would start is literally start in a Healy advice search app and just click in heart, heart support or heart health or whatever, and choose one of the top list of programs that come up, and start running those programs for yourself for at least 3 months. And then on top of that, you can add on the aura and the coaching, so you can start shifting the frequency of your body. Yeah, so you can actually start shifting the perception, you can start shifting the state of being, because we can shift anything within our body. We need to dedicate energy, and we need to actually choose what we want to do. It's not like yeah, what program will help? No, everything with Healy is with intention. So if I say help me, yeah, and I actually don't decide I want help, it's not going to work. So I need to choose that within myself. I need to say, this is what I want, and I'm open to finding solutions. And if I'm saying that to myself and I actually believe that, then the programs and the situations and the solutions will come to me. So you need to start believing in what you want to do, and then try different things and literally see what your body responds to. Because I'm not in your body. I can't tell you what to do. So you need to take the power back, trust yourself, and trust your inner feeling that what you're doing, and listen to your body and how your body is responding, and work with that. Because that's what Healy is about, is actually to teach you how to come back to the body, how to listen to your intuition, and how to trust that. Because nobody else can heal you. You can go to see so many energy healers, and I know a lot of you are in here, yeah? And yes, we help people, but that doesn't mean we heal them. Nobody can heal anyone, and I know this is a hard thing to hear, but that means that you are now empowered to heal yourself. So if you go to an energy healer, they only present a frequency of your balanced state of being, your healed state of being. It's your choice if you want to choose that. And you will need to choose that every single day in order to stay there. Otherwise, you're going to drop back, because that's frequency. That's what we call frequency. Yeah, so it's a conscious decision every single day. So there's no magic pill anywhere in the world. Yeah, you are the magic pill. You are the savior of yourself. So make sure that you actually start learning about yourself, start using the Healy step by step. There's a lot of things to learn, but keep it simple. Yeah, keep it simple. Have you started the gold cycles yet?
Yeah, today is my
Good.
6th day.
Okay, use the gold cycles for a month.
Yeah.
Use it
Sure.
for a month, see how your body actually responds to frequencies. After that, I would go on deep cycles to actually start cleansing your cells, so you can start preparing your body for regeneration. Yeah, there's a process with frequencies. So be patient, step by step, things will change. Yeah?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Last two. I have 2 hands up and last two. Setu?
Yeah, hello. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, your guidance is very useful. Thank you for that. And I have
You're
a
welcome.
small doubt that one of my family members, they're having high blood pressure. Can you guide for that any frequency programs?
Okay, so high blood pressure is connected to the heart. Remember when we said that the heart is a vortex and creates pressure? Yeah? So when the high blood pressure comes in, it's connected to cholesterol. Yeah? Because when there's a repair in the body will push the blood to actually get more to the areas of repair. So we need to understand that there's a need to actually detoxify the body and to repair the body. So in this case, you can go into Heal Advisor search app, yeah, the white one, yeah, and you can just write high blood pressure and it will come up with list of programs, yeah. So you can use that and you can just run them for 3 months, daily 1 to 2 programs, yeah. I would also start looking at some dietary changes, yeah, to actually look at how to literally detox the body and make sure that, you know, eliminating coffee, sugars, gluten, all the toxins that come with it. And then, of course, getting better fats into the body. So anything with high blood pressure and cholesterol, you need fat in order to regenerate, and you need the right fats, like I said before. So that's what I would recommend.
Oh, thank you very much. Very kind of you.
You're welcome. Okay, last one. Sushma.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm speaking from Chennai, India.
Welcome.
Okay. So
How can I help?
I would like to know that a person who's a cancer survivor can use Healy, and what program can be used?
So this is not connected directly to the heart, but yes, it can be used. I know a lot of people that actually used Healy through chemotherapy and cancer therapies, of course. So I would encourage, that's a really long answer that I need to give you, because cancer is a state of being of the body where our body has been neglected for so long that it doesn't have enough energy in order to regenerate. So the cells start to mutate, and they mutate improperly. They don't have enough energy. So I would start looking at if the person is new, definitely going on gold cycles first, and then looking at deep cycles. And really make it slow. Do not do 3 programs per day. Make sure you do 1, maybe 2 programs per day, because people that are quite sick, they don't have enough energy to integrate the frequencies. So we need to be really gentle with the healing. It might take longer, but as long as we are supporting the body, the better it's gonna get. So you can use Heal Advisor search app, which is the white square app.
Yes, I know.
And just write in there exactly, you know, what you want, and it's going to come up with list of programs, and use the top one, and then just pop it into the IMF schedule and just run those programs. But before that, I would encourage the person to do a month of gold cycles, and if they get starting to do the detox, like getting headaches and, you know, even digestive issues or something like that, or getting tired, I would keep doing the gold cycles for at least 2 months. So they start slowly adjusting the body to frequencies. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all it today. Perfect. So any questions that you have, you can pop them in the group. I'm just going to give you, for all of you that are new, the link to the Facebook group, so you can actually go in and you can find all the recordings in this group chat. Meeting, here we go. So this is the Facebook group link in the chat. You can join and you'll have all the recordings, past and future, in there. Please make sure that you read the welcome post in the featured tab at the top of the group. It will show you exactly how to navigate the group and where to find recordings. And recordings are always posted as soon as possible. So if you don't find a recording under the post, that means I don't have it yet. Yeah, so just be patient with me. I'm doing my best to actually do everything in the group. But otherwise, thank you for joining me. Next week, we are taking a look at the chakras and how to actually use the ping programs for the chakras to actually charge our centers. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming, and I'll be seeing you next week. Have a great day and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.